Hi there, welcome to POF Academy. Today I will be sharing with you about the impact of training in your professional and personal growth. First, let us define what training is. Training is an organized procedure by which people learn knowledge, skill, ability, and attitude with a definite purpose for actual application. Being an organized procedure, training requires preparation in order to achieve its objective. You need adequate resources. You have to consider the audience, the timing, and the best method accordingly. During training, we are provided with relevant information regarding the topic in order to obtain knowledge. Skills and abilities are honed through various exercises in order to verify the obtained knowledge. In the process, attitudes are developed and improved as part of the learning. For a training to be fruitful, it needs to have a definite purpose, such as preparation for the upcoming tax season or improved client satisfaction. The most important part of training is not the training proper itself, but the actual application. When what was applied is less than what was learned, the value of training diminishes. To improve the effectiveness of trainings, there are different methods of conducting it, such as instructor-led training, e-learning, simulation training, hands-on training, coaching or mentoring, lectures, group discussions and activities, role-playing, management-specific activities, case studies, or other required reviews. One method could be used during a training or combination of various methods. Nowadays, trainers are getting more creative and strategic in order to be more effective. When training is effective, it helps us grow professionally and personally. So let's talk about professional growth. One of the common reasons why companies conduct training is to ensure that everyone is aware of how things are done, whether internally or externally. This helps everyone keep up with the standard. Professionally, trainings increase our knowledge base and helps us improve our skills and our performance. Eventually, our efficiency and productivity increases. Gaining all these things brings us higher career competency, and in the long run, we become ready for higher responsibilities. Keep up with the standard. Training is a common avenue to disseminate information about the new or changes in processes, rules, policies, and or standards. Whether it is an internal process or industry-based standards, training keeps us updated. This helps ensure that everyone can provide the same level of quality and performance based on the standard. As an example, company HR or operational teams will conduct trainings regarding new company policies or new tools and systems being used. Increase knowledge base. When we attend trainings, we gather information based on the research and experience of the speaker or trainer. This information are deposited inside their minds that become handy when the need arises. For example, you attended a training regarding income taxation. The following week, you visited your client and the company owner of the company asked you about their income tax rate. He wants to prepare the tax budget in advance so he does not have to worry. Since you attended the training, you were able to give him the tax rate so that he can estimate his possible tax payments. Improve our skills. During trainings, you are guided on the relevant skills needed for a particular task. It also provides an avenue for you to practice those skills with proper guidance and coaching. The evaluation during practice sessions help you identify the skills where you need improvement and how to improve it. To understand the principle is one thing, and to practice the skill is another thing. For example, your company had a communication skill training. In the past, you knew and understood that in communication, honesty and sincerity is important. You were given an activity wherein you need to comment on areas for improvement of your colleague. During the simulation, your colleague was offended on how you delivered it to him. When you were asked how you did it, the trainer noticed that you have used words that are not constructive. He then shared with you better terms to use when delivering such message. Improve performance. When you're equipped with adequate knowledge and were able to develop the necessary skills, Your performance will naturally improve as you practice. The moment that the task was given, you already know what to do and how to do it. It gives you the ability to do it right. Increase efficiency and productivity. Knowledge plus skills plus high performance equals efficiency and productivity. We never run out of things to learn and things that we do not know. Training is a continuous growth process. Trainings facilitate our growth, from simply knowing to gaining skills, to performing better, to eventually being efficient and productive. You become more capable of doing things right with lesser time and labor cost. The need for learning through trial and error is reduced. As an example, at the start you were taught about the basics of financial statements preparation, and then you practice doing it, and afterwards you can prepare it with less errors. To further grow, you can attend trainings that will provide you with techniques on how you can prepare it more efficiently and how you can detect possible errors quickly. Higher career competency. The more that you are adequately equipped and can perform efficiently in productivity, the more that you can carry out your profession. It gives you bigger opportunities and wider prospects because you know more and you can do more. Going to trainings give you a competitive advantage in comparison with other professionals. Lastly, on professional growth, trainings make you ready for higher responsibilities. Trainings can cover past, present, and future topics which you need for greater responsibilities. It prepares you in advance that even though you are not yet in that position, it gives you an idea on what to expect and how to manage it. By the time that you are there, you are not surprised or won't be lost, and you can act accordingly. Like when you are preparing for management position, where you need skills for negotiation and personal management, attending trainings or having coaching and mentoring in advance will help you develop these necessary skill set ahead. Let us now move on to personal growth. Personal growth is best experienced when you are satisfied with yourself. You feel satisfied when you overcome your weaknesses and experience that success story. Success helps improve your self-esteem as well as the feeling of being valued when someone is willing to spend their resources for you. When your self-esteem is high, you will not have that feeling of being stagnant because you would want to keep on moving and do more. You do your best to stay updated, to cope up, and to adapt to situations. Your growth then is not limited to where you are right now because you have a bigger spectrum of knowledge. Personal satisfaction. Training increases your level, be it at work or in your personal life. It is fulfilling to know that you are growing and becoming a better person than who you used to be. Improve self-esteem. Talking to people and listening to what they impart gives you that sense of affirmation that you can do it. When you're deployed for the first time without training or orientation, the tendency is for you to be quiet or shy. You are uncertain which one to do first and what actions are okay and not okay. Sometimes you're assigned to an engagement where you barely have an idea on what you're supposed to do. The client is mentioning terms that you don't even understand or requirements that you haven't heard of in your lifetime. That seems scary, and your self-esteem will go down, and you cannot even engage into a conversation. Your confidence is driven by how much you trust yourself that you can do something. When you are equipped during training, you develop that sense of confidence that somehow you know what to do and you have an idea of what is going on. Remove sense of stagnation. Thinking that you are stuck up and not learning something or not going anywhere else is quite suffocating. Attending trainings and just thinking that you are moving a step closer to a better you gives that sense of excitement that there are so many things ahead of you and you can be so much more after this. Staying on the loop and coping up. It's inevitable that you must be updated on what is happening in things that matters. Whether you like it or not, the world will keep on revolving even when you're not moving. If you don't keep up through reliable resources, you might find yourself living in a different world and unable to cope up. At this point in time, leadership has evolved into different forms. In the past, there used to be authority-based leadership, but given that the current generation has a different way of doing and seeing things, Inspirational and motivational leadership is becoming the trend. If you do not cope up, the objectives that you have set, such as keeping people, might not be achieved because people are no longer moved with the old way of leadership. Increase ability to adapt to situation. It is not enough that you know, but you also have to cope up and adapt. In order to adapt to changes, training can guide you by providing relevant information and learnings from the experiences of other people. As much as it is true that it is best to learn through experience, training will give you a step ahead of life experiences before you even get there, so that you can adjust quite well. Having said that, training further broadens your spectrum of knowledge. There are so many things to learn in life, and you only have one lifetime to experience them. Rather than waiting for you to experience everything before you learn, you can learn in advance through trainings so that your experiences will only solidify what you have learned earlier. In conclusion, training boosts your capacity to grow, to become a better version of yourself, and have a better quality of life. And as we end, I would like to leave you with this quote. Tell me and I forget. Teach me and I may remember. Involve me and I learn. Let me do it and I will live accordingly. With that, I would like to encourage everyone to consider training not just as an activity, but as part of our lifestyle. Thank you.